chaos continues in the Mountain West and the Pac-12 today. I might not be as upbeat. I am pretty sick right now, but I know this news is big, so we got to get it out there. Gonzaga will officially join the Pac-12 in 2026, giving the conference one of the bigger brands in all of college basketball. As we know, it is a non-football school, so the Pac-12 is still only at 7 full members, but that is enough to qualify for NCAA championships, such as the men's basketball and women's basketball tournaments, things of that nature. But going forward, they still need at least one more full member to be at 8 schools for football to meet the college football playoffs requirement for the 5 bids that go into conference champions in the college football playoff. But adding Gonzaga makes the conference very big for basketball, and I also believe this is a great move now to entice Memphis, because as we know, their AD kind of spoke out and was basically like subtly saying, make us a better offer. That was a very interesting video. I showed it in my last video if you want to go check that out, of him talking about the Pac-12 and the offer. But I think it could help with that. I'm not guaranteeing anything. As I've said before, I'm not Pete Thamel. I'm not crawling in the walls of these universities. But Grand Canyon apparently has also been on the Pac-12's wish list, and there is apparently mutual interest between them, so that is just kind of something that's floating around right now. That's basically all we know on that. But we also got big Mountain West Conference news. UTEP will be joining the Mountain West Conference for all sports starting in 2026 and 2027. This gives the Mountain West 7 full members, still one short, kind of like the Pac-12 in terms of needing that 8th member to reach the CFP's requirement for access, like I've said, to the 5 bids for the college football playoff. But the Mountain West Conference, this is a great get, incredible for regionality. This makes so much sense for UTEP being so far west in Texas, and they will most likely owe about $8 million to exit the CUSA, which this is a massive move for UTEP. They're going to make so much more money. The geography, regionality, this is one of the most making sense conference moves we've had in the entire sense of realignment, so this is great for them. And as we know, UTEP was actually in the WAC from 1968 to 2004 before they went to the CUSA, so it's kind of nice them coming home, being more around teams that they know from the past. And it's also been said, as we've talked about Texas State before, that the Mountain West Conference is still looking to add that 8th member, like I've said, but they're still in discussions with Texas State, and that is in the Sun Belt. But Texas State also is still talking to the Mountain West Pac-12 and even the American, because the American has a good amount of Texas teams, as we know, so that would help them. But, Texas State is kind of playing the entire table. They're seeing what everything is, so they're still on the table for everybody. But the Mountain West has also talked to Tarleton State, the team that I've mentioned a few times in my past videos, part of the United Athletic Conference in the FCS. But I mean, hey, that's a team that seriously can make the jump. I know they just recently made the jump from D2, but they got the money to do it, and it's got great infrastructure and athletics to be able to move up and compete early. Like I've said, everyone wants a slice of Texas, so that's big for the Mountain West if they could get more things going there as well. And Ross Dellinger even confirms that when we talk about Tarleton State. He said the Mountain West, in quote, the Mountain West has had deep and serious discussions with FCS Tarleton State, sources tell Yahoo Sports. That is Ross Dellinger. The Mountain West Conference needs one more full member to qualify as a conference. Negotiations with the Texas-based school and the conference have progressed. So that is great. And we also know that the Mountain West, last week we found out they were talking to the MAC schools like Northern Illinois and Toledo about potential football-only members, which is interesting. But NIU said they never received like a formal offer, but they kind of sounded like they were pretty interested when they talked about it. So that will be interesting. Nothing has really come from that since that initial report, but we'll see how that goes. But that's pretty much your update right now, currently where we stand on Tuesday, October 1st at 12:12 p.m. Central Time. So it's just getting started. Like I've said, these conferences still both need at least one more full-time member, so realignment is not done. Texas State is a big school to watch in all of this.